Hi folks, this is Rose from Rose's Garden, and today we are going to work on a bookmark, hook bookmark. Here's the hook link. Using beads from Jessie James Beads Light Academia, most of them. So the spacers are from my stash, and then this cute little bird, which I'm going to put as a charm on the bottom, and this beautiful heart are from Spring Song. Now, I was thinking that that was it, but the more I think about it, I'm thinking these pretty gray beads were from off Pantone 2023 Light Gray, or Lilac Grey, I guess it was called. So like I said, the only other thing besides the hook and the crimp tubes are the spacers and the wire. Everything else is going to be from one of Jessie James Beads mixes. So let's turn down and we will get working on it. So there's our crimp tubes, which we're going to need. I also got some red jasper medium soft flex beading wire. That's what we're going to string on. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the red one here on top, then a double spacer, the gray one, a spacer, this pretty teardrop with one of these conforming bead caps. Squish it down into place here, going this direction, another spacer, a red bead, spacer, and our heart. Then it'll be a spacer, a red bead, a spacer, again with this fellow, but now he's going to be facing this direction. A spacer, a gray, a double spacer, the red, and then the little bird will hang at the bottom. So let's get some wire out and we'll put this baby together. Now, in case you're wondering for length, I tend to like to have it go about the length of my blank. Now, it doesn't have to. It could be shorter. It could be longer. I just prefer that length. So it's up to you how you want to do it. I'm just going to cut some wire here. That should do it. And I'll measure it for you, but you just need a little bit longer than what you're going to use. So this particular bit of wire is going to be 9 inches. So the first thing I want to do is put a crimp tube on, put my little bird on, since he's our bottom. Then we're going to bring it around and bring it up. Oops, I missed my crimp. Well, that's no good. Good thing we noticed that, huh? Okay. Now we're going to crimp this little guy in place here. I tend to try to put a charm on the bottom. That way it makes it easier to crimp down here. On the other hand, if you want, you can also just put like a little ball spacer down there and just wrap around. Oh, come on, baby. You're not crimping worth beans here. Well, that's what I term an ugly crimp because it just didn't go into the little ball shape totally. But since it's a bookmark, it's not going to make a really big deal. It would make a difference if it was a bracelet or something else. I would not like that at all. And if you want to, when you have an ugly one like this, sometimes they just want to be ugly, you can always put a crimp cover on it. And you might want to anyway if you get a baggy spot. So let's start our beading. And we'll just, looks like these are going to go over here with just no problem whatsoever. So we'll just string it right up the line. Now this is where I put the double daisy spacers. And that was mainly just to give us a little oomph right here. Then the gray. Come on, go down on that loop there. There we go. Now this is the one where I wanted it to go sort of upside down, so I faced it this direction. Now remember, this is the bottom, so we want our heart to go point down right here. Oops, it's out of the wire. Got to remember to check that before you crimp it at the top, otherwise you'll might have a rude surprise when you get up there and discover that it's not in the beads. In that case, you have to cut the extra wire off. But and there we go. So as you can see, it's about the same length as the blank. So let's put the crimp on. Bing. Go through our loop here. Now I usually don't use round jump rings, but this one comes with it already on it, so I don't feel like pulling it off. So just take hold and pull her up. See how tight she is along the edge, and then crimp it. Now that we've got that done, we just have to cut this extra wire off here, and it looks like we may have a little bit of a bag because I didn't notice I had a little extra wire sitting right down here. And I do. It's not a bad one though, see how that is? But since this is an ugly crimp down here, I could take and put a crimp cover over this one and take care of that extra bit of a mess right there. So let me see if I can find me a crimp cover, and if I can, we will put a little crimp cover over this. So I got 2 crimp covers out just in case when I put it over this one it still has some extra room. So what you need to do is grab this so that the opening in your crimp cover is to the outside of your pliers like so, and then you shove it down over your crimp. And once it's over your crimp, you just squish. Now mine doesn't seem to want to sit there properly, so we're gonna push it down in a little bit if we can get it to do that without it getting lost. That happens frequently. They go running off. Go down in your cover Push these together. There we go. Sometimes you have to work at them a bit to make them closed where you like them. It might already be closed, but sometimes it's just a little... see, this is more or less closed. It just seems to want to bag open just a hair's breadth. There we go. That's better. So there is that side. Now we'll have to see if we feel we need one on the other side as well. What the heck? Let's do it. I don't think it really needs it, but we're going to do it anyway. So over the top. Now that one went on really easily, so I could squish it instantly, and see it's almost already closed all the way too. I just have to give it a little bit of a... and it's closed. And there is our I think I'll call this bird song. There is our beautiful little bookmark. Let's see if I can get you up a little closer so you can see it a little better. There you go. Isn't that pretty? So here is our beaded hook bookmark, which we used the heart and bird out of Spring Song. The two gray beads were out of the Pantone 2023 Lilac Grey. I think it's Lilac Grey. And the rest of the beads, other than the spacers, which are from my stash, came from Light Academia. From all of those from Jesse James Beads mixes. It's pretty. I like it. I think it turned out good. I hope you enjoyed making this with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you the next time you come visit with me. Bye-bye.